looking for a job, and I've always wanted to work at McDonald's. I never did. I'm running against somebody that said she did, but it turned out to be a totally phony story. So, President Trump! Well, that's a good-looking group. Hello, everybody.
Crazy.
I'm having a lot of fun here, everybody. Look at all the fake news of it. Now I have worked at McDonald's. I've now worked for 15 minutes more than Kamala.
Are you going to put this on your
I
resume?
never worked here.
Why would she lie about something like that?
Will be put on your resume.
I worked at McDonald's.
Why would she lie about that?
Why? Because she's lying, Kamala. That's why.
What's going on, everyone? Donald Trump worked a shift at McDonald's. Now, I don't know how long he did this for, right? I think I'm gonna play a clip here as I'm giving a side by side. But millions of people came out. Millions of people wanted to see Donald Trump. I think they only let a few people actually. You know, they had to vet people, obviously, because, you know, the man had 2 assassinations attempts. But it seemed like journalists don't do their jobs anymore. And they're sitting here pretending that, oh, my God, the McDonald's was closed. It was not accessible to the public. And I'm like, duh. Right? The whole point of the stunt was to highlight how Kamala Harris wouldn't even do that. And it kind of shows you that the media is so out of touch with the regular person that they actually think Donald Trump doing this was a bad idea, was a humiliating idea. Now, I personally never worked at a fast food restaurant, but I applied to McDonald's when I was trying to get my start in the world, right? And McDonald's or working for a fast food restaurant or something like that, it highlights to many Americans, that makes him relatable to many Americans, because for millions of people, McDonald's or working in a fast food environment, working retail, it kind of humanizes him in a way where he's trying to bring himself into someone else's shoes. You know how to say, if you want to understand someone, you live a day in their shoes. Essentially, this is the logic behind Donald Trump's stunt. And I think it was perfectly illustrated in that video. This is how the Democrats really think of you. To 4.7 million fast food workers in the U.S., this is what the Democratic Party thinks of you, right? This is the Palmer Report. I don't know who that is, but I'm guessing they're left wing. The real proof of Donald Trump's dementia is that he let his handlers do this to him today without pushing back about what a humiliating idea it is. The Democratic Party thinks it's humiliating for you to work fast food. It's humiliating for you. It's humiliating for Donald Trump, someone of Donald Trump's status, to learn how to get fries and do work. Like, hey, look, to me, fast food work is more valuable than whatever the hell the news media is doing, because the news media is spreading disinformation, misinformation everywhere they go. But because of this disinformation, misinformation benefits the Democratic Party, they continue to spew it. In this next clip I'm about to show you, you're going to get MSNBC's reaction to him essentially doing this stunt, right? They like to call it a stunt, but to me, I'm just like, it doesn't matter. He actually did work in McDonald's. That's the context, but they're here fact-checking it. But I digress. I don't want to ramble. You'll get my full thoughts after this clip.
If you're on his campaign, and I know you are certainly not, I'm not making any implication of that, but what is the logic behind this, going to a McDonald's? I mean, we know the guy likes Big Macs and filet of fish, and he's used the word love to describe the way he feels about the food there before. But what's this about?
There's no logic to it. It's a stunt. He has not put forth an economic agenda. He, as you know, appears to be not well, and he's engaged in some really bizarre types of activities during this campaign. So this is just another one of those stunts that he will continue on through the campaign. And I think that we need to really focus on making sure that he is not elected, of course, because he is a threat to our democracy, but also the Harris loss agenda is about the economy, reducing the cost of living, reducing the cost of prescription drugs, reducing the cost of housing, and making life better for everyone. And that's what we have to focus on, and make sure we get every voter to the polls and make sure that the voters vote for the future, not taking the country backwards, as you see what Donald Trump continues to try to do.
That the Democrats ran was that Donald Trump hates us. I felt safe, though, in the country when Trump was in office. I don't feel safe right now with Kamala in office. So, I mean, that to me speaks more.
Okay, so as you saw from the intro, you saw the framing, right? And my wife watched that that particular clip with me in the car, and she's saying, like, because look, my wife is like my sounding board on how people who are not as politically interested in all this stuff, all the day-to-day stuff reacts. And my wife's initial reaction was like, why are they saying all this stuff about Trump? What, like, why are they saying he has dementia? Why they are doing all this stuff? Is it real? I said, no, they don't have no data or facts. Like, and this is what I'm talking about. The media spread more disinformation, misinformation than anything that Trump done. The media is just as bad as Trump, if not worse, when it comes to disinformation. Oh, he has dementia. Well, you have any information? You have any evidence to support that opinion? Media, MSNBC, and this is why many people are calling MSNBC a glorified YouTube channel on TV because of takes like that, because of framings like that, right? And here's Megyn Kelly also exposing Mediaite, which is a source that I use to get a more liberal, left-wing perspective on how all this stuff is going down. And this is a quote from her. Everything about Trump has to be negative, evil, weird, disturbing, and so on. The media can't allow even a moment of lividity. I don't know. I never use that word, so I probably butcher it, but let me know if I mispronounce in the comment section. He must be demonized no matter how charming or funny or self-deprecating he ever manages to be. They are sick. Yes, because they can't allow you to think that Donald Trump is fun. They can't allow you to come to see anything he does as positive. Right? I saw that when I found out he was working at McDonald's, I said, oh hell no, this is funny. This is hilarious. Right? Because everyone's laughing. And this is like a campaign ad. Like, think about it. Like, you want to call everything a political stunt? Okay, when Kamala Harris do her little videos at the border and she has Trump's border wall in her campaign ads, we can call that a stunt too. But when Kamala does stunts, they perceive it as positive, right? You got 60 Minutes being accused. Actually, they admitted to editing some of her answers, but they said that it wasn't deceitful editing, right? You be the judge of that. Maybe I'll do another video on their disinformation, but it leads to this idea, like, if Donald Trump was looking bad in an interview or he was rambling, would they be editing it the way they edited it for Kamala Harris, right? And there's a narrative coming out that the media I kind of highlighted it here in this video, that they want to project this as this was a stunt. This was a stunt. Elon Musk tweet, and this is a tweet I believe in. I think I want to highlight this on the channel. Good rule of thumb: those who frequently use the word disinformation are the ones most likely to push it. And I agree with that. I agree with that. In the media, they didn't do themselves any favors. Like, look how people are reacting to this. And this is going to be the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail right there. That's the thumbnail for this video. But look how people are reacting to this. Like, people are not, like, it's not a serious thing. Everyone's like taking this as a skit almost. Right? But he's actually working at McDonald's. But this is how people like on the left are framing it. So the place wasn't even open. It's all staged and fake. He didn't work for real at a McDonald's. It was a stage fraud, just like every other event. You talking about his rallies? Like, who cares? Who cares? We're closed until 4 p.m. to accommodate a visit and request of former President Donald Trump. Hey, guys, why do you think Donald Trump will request a public venue to be closed while he's there? Did anything of significance happen to Donald Trump? Right? The LLC says, while we're not a political organization, we proudly open our doors to everyone and anyone as a locally owned and operated location. This visit provides a unique opportunity to shine a light on the positive impact of small businesses here in Feasterville, and we're equally honored to share the significance of what 1 in 8 Americans have experienced, that a job that a job at McDonald's is more than just a job. It's a pathway to critical skills development and meaningful career opportunities. Having started my McDonald's, is the owner of the LLC, as a crew member in New York nearly 30 years ago, this path to economic opportunities is essentially meaningful to me. I apologize for the inconvenience of closing our restaurant and sincerely looking forward to serving you. Right? People on the left, why do you think Donald Trump will want the place closed while he's there? Going once, going twice. Oh, independent in the back because he was almost assassinated twice. Why would you want public access to a president that already had his life threatened twice, multiple times, apparently, multiple times it was prevented, but 2 almost got him. But you're mad that he closed the restaurant, and you're using that fact to say that, oh, he didn't really work at McDonald's. He has video. He's in there making fries. Y'all was making fun of him. Y'all call left-wing media. Y'all was calling it humiliating. But this is how liberals interpret the political song. And this is just me. Look, I'm being as unbiased as I could. I highlight both sides and I give you my interpretation. I give you my analysis. And I try to base my analysis on things that actually happen. I try to showcase, say, hey, look, I'm not making this up. It's not my imagination that I'm reporting. I'm just observing reality. And it's how Amala, I'm always messing up these names. I'm sorry. Do you know how chaotic it would be if a place was actually open? No one would get anything. Also, Donald Trump is a man who has multiple people try to kill him. You think you're going to let anyone roll up to a McDonald's window for him to serve, right? And they try to frame it as well. Like there's a picture, I think, if you find it online. I forgot. I refreshed my timeline and I wasn't able to find it again. But you'll see there's cars already kind of parked before Donald Trump got there. So people are like, "Oh, it's staged, it's staged, it's staged." Like it's hard to say. Like that's a false framing. It's hard to say that something is staged when it's the president. Like you understand that there's going to be filtered access to him, right? You do understand that. So they have to vet these people. They probably had to check the cars to make sure there was no weapons in there that could be used to attack President Trump. Like, but this is how much they hate Trump. And that's pretty much the Democratic platform, right? The Democrats do everything they accuse the Republicans are going to do or might do, right? Elon Musk is a prime example of this. They're planning to attack Elon Musk. I got a video coming out for that later today. But essentially, I will give you a little sneak peek. This is the Democratic platform. Hate Trump. And you see it in their news reporting. You see it how their voters react to Trump, right? No disregard for his life. No disregard for his safety. No regard for his safety. No regard for his life, right? They can't think of, oh my God, look at this. It's staged. Everything about him is fake because they want to perpetrate a narrative to their audience, a narrative to their followers, a narrative to voters, right? And perception isn't reality. But liberals believe their perception is reality. If they think Donald Trump is a bad guy, then you must think Donald Trump is a bad guy or you're a bigot. This is the reality of the liberal voter. This is why I don't like liberals so much. I know people say, oh, Kenny, liberals are not as bad as progressives or Marxists. But a part of me is like, yeah, they're not as bad, but only because of their own arrogance. Like liberals enable a lot of the bad things that we're experiencing in our culture today because they're not willing to call out themselves. They're not willing to hold their side accountable, right? They only have one-sided accountability, and that's only towards Republicans and conservatives. But they don't have any accountability for themselves, for the most part, and people on the left. You got a news media, you got a platform that thinks that all it has to do is hate on Trump. You got journalists where nearly half of them are Democrats. They think their only job is to show you how you should hate Trump. 87% of news reported on Donald Trump is negative, and I just gave you an example of that on Mediaite. Right? This is why you have to have a balanced news diet. This is why you have to watch Fox News, Free Press, or whatever. I don't care but you have to have a balanced diet. Because what happens when you have too much sugar in your diet? You become obese. You become possibly diabetic. What happens if you have too much salt, too much sodium in you? It's not healthy for you. And I think many voters should take the same approach with how they consume information and media. I'm just being honest. That's what I try to do on this channel. I try to give you guys a balanced perspective as much as I can because I honestly believe that no one is objective. Being objective, being unbiased is against human nature in my view. And last time I checked, no one can beat human nature. You can downplay your bias. I can accept that. I can accept that there's some people who are better at managing their biases compared to other people. But what the media has exposed is that they have no ability to manage their bias because it's in their best interest to push their favorable candidate. 51% of the media claim to be independents. 36% of journalists are Democrats, and only 3.4% of journalists are Republicans. So what that tells you about the journalism apparatus, that their whole platform, they're pushing an agenda where they're trying to tell you, they try to believe in this, they try to get you to believe in this perception of you need to hate Trump. They're trying to create justifications for you to hate Trump. They're the one that divided this country, and then they're pretending that it's Donald Trump dividing the country. No, no, no. Media, it's your reaction to Donald Trump that's dividing this country. You are dividing America. This is why many Americans do not trust the mainstream media. This is why many Americans do not trust legacy media. The only group of people that trust legacy media is Democrats. Everybody else of any other political affiliation do not trust the mainstream media. And that is the difference. But Democrats have the goal to come online and say, if you like Donald Trump, you're in a cult. Pot calling the kettle back. You're in a cult, Democrat. Because you're in an institution. You listen to an institution. Democrats, majority of Democrats trust an institution, legacy media, more than independents do, and definitely more than Republicans do. And what is this institution saying about Donald Trump? They covered 87% of the time Donald Trump negatively. And then you wonder why many Democrats have Trump derangement syndrome. You wonder why I can't even talk about politics around my mom because it goes into a meltdown from her. Not a meltdown, but you can see that they're starting to get emotional. They start getting irate. They start to get mad because all my mom do is watch CNN. And I'm like, Mom, why you do this to yourself? Why not watch something more balanced? Why not get a more balanced perspective? No, you can't tell my mom nothing. And this is how it happens. And I'm literally I'll reverse engineer what exactly happened to my mom in real time in this video, because this is a video I would want to tell my mom about, show my mom. My mom doesn't know I'm doing this, but my mom does know that, hey, look, I don't look favorably at the Democratic Party. And she's talking to me like she's trying to walk me off a ledge, like make it make sense. But this is the state of the country. This is the state of a Democratic voter. And I don't say that's out of ignorance. I say that because, I come from a community that's loyal to the Democratic Party. Majority of my family is voting for Harris, unfortunately. Right? And you can't tell them nothing because they feel she's the best choice. Well, I'm voting for Trump because I know he's the best choice. And I think that's the difference in this election. And I hope many Americans feel the same as I do. If not, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But I appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What you think about the stunt of Donald Trump working at McDonald's? Do you think it was fake? Do you think Americans took well to it? It seemed like they took well to it from my point of view. But I'd like to hear yours in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.